Hey, good afternoon, YouTube viewers. This is Big Bill coming to you live from the Catastrophe Railroad basement, aka South Brooklyn Railroad. Just wanted to give you an update on the build that I'm doing for Fisher Fuels. This would be part 2. This is the kit from Railroad Kits. Very good kit. It's a wood kit and detailed instructions that you can download off the internet with them. Very good kit. I'm liking it very much. Well, anyway, what we've done so far is we've braced it and we've put it up and together basically, and now we're in the process of going to weather it. Now the weathering is something, again, it's taking myself out of the comfort zone, and something I'm going to try that I learned from a gentleman named Edward Traxel. Okay, now since we're all high tech here at Catastrophe Railroad, and I have all the means and necessary of the technology at my fingertips, I thought I would just go with what I know. I know you guys do the screen thing, you know, where you print it up, but I'm just going one better here. Okay, Edward Traxel. You can find him on YouTube, and his blog is the Deep River Railroad. Also, Ron Pierre, great builder. Sorry about that. Spell check wasn't working. In fact, when I used spell check came back and said, that word doesn't even exist in the English language. So there you go. Edward Traxel, his blog, The Deep River Railroad, and also his YouTube channel. Very helpful guy in this. I spoke to him the other night. Basically, what he is, what I'm doing here and what I'm about to do is I'm going to weather them according to him with hairspray. Now I know some of you guys have done that before, and but this is all new to me, and it's kind of like, again, out of my comfort zone. Anyway, basically what he says to do is to prime it with the gray primer, and then which I did. Gray primer is right here. I used the Rust-Oleum 2X Extra Cover Primer. You probably didn't need to know that. And then I weathered it in, I used Doc O'Brien's Micromart set of 12 colors. I hope you can get that. 12 colors. And then I put a matte finish on it, a clear matte finish, a dull matte finish. Now, I didn't use dull coat. I know this is a big controversy among railroaders, model railroaders, in regards to what you use, but for the purpose that I'm going to do here, it worked fine for me. And then what Mr. Traxel says to do is to take hairspray. Extra Hold, White Rain, that's the one I'm using because it was the cheapest at CVS. And to spray 2 coats on the building. And he says to expedite the drying time between coats, use a hair dryer and let it dry. And then once it finishes, he says that he states, you know, you can use a flat white finish, or basically any color you really want to, but for this purpose, so I'm going with the flat white. And he says that he, on his tutorial, he says that he used a Krylon flat white, and that seems to be the direction I'm going to go in. And then what you do, and here's a test piece that I used, that I did. Let's see if I can get that. This is from the building. It was one of the garage doors that were in place, and I cut it out. But you can see it chips nicely, and this was not with a great effort. And basically what you do is you spray the white paint on the surface, and because the hairspray is on the bottom, the white paint is just sitting on top. So what you come along with is a toothpick, a stiff brush, and a soft brush, and you put the water on it, and you let that, basically pinpricking the paint and letting the water seep under it, and it will chip away. Now he says with you use the stiff brush to basically take the paint off, but he says to be very careful, which I've come to realize with that test piece, is that you can take a lot off without realizing it. So that's why the soft brush, and he says to butterfly kiss it, meaning just gently just scrape away to the desire you want. So we're going to try that with this. I've put the matte finish on. I'm just trying to let it dry up here. As you can see, I got it on those alligator clips and the barbecue skewers. Very, very handy indeed. Very handy. The bracing in the back came out really nice, made it real solid. And then we're going forward. Some of the other things that I did was I finished the doors right here. I did them and I weathered them up and then used a steel brush here, a wire brush anyway, to kind of give them a weathered look or a beat up look. Also did the windows and I put the glazing on the back and stuff like that. So they're going to go in afterwards and stuff like that. So this is the project and this is the way it's going. So again, let me go back to my 19th century signage. You getting this? Edward Traxel. He's a YouTube guy. He's got a YouTube. His blog is the Deep River Railroad, and very informative guy, and very willing to share his information with you. Very willing to share. I spoke to him. I PM'd him on Facebook last night, and he had a host and a whole bunch of information. And also Ron Pierre. You YouTube him. A very good builder. Nice guy. He's the one who sent me in the direction of Edward Traxel. And it was very good. His whole attitude was real gracious and a willingness to share, and that is so important among model railroaders. So again, this is where we're at. I thank you for tuning in for part 2, and I guess I'll see you on the radio. This is Big Bill thanking you once again. Have a great day, a great Sunday, and a great week coming up, and I'll be in touch. Take care and God bless.